Trio. You know, it is his most played, was his most played for summer. They are going to lock it in, and that is going to put a lot of pressure on Eddie to be the carry. That is the damage source. This is for Beef Balls and Yunara.
Drive-by autos one of the minions. Elioya leaving the bot side Scuttlecrab to go and try and fight towards the top side. Alvaro trading in here with the Unbreakable. There's the stun onto Taki. Taki pops the heal afterwards though, and Super's down to half HP. Concussive Blow's almost procced as Histo dives in. Elioya looking for the trade onto him. Chomp, chomp, chomp goes the Trundle. Dyer stepping forward down to 200. Gets the taunt, but gets smacked across the head with a club. Histo
have like crazy mechanics, but that was a really good Trundle play right there.
He does have one mechanic that's going well, but Taki the bottom side now.
Away. The Gatling gun though hitting him in the bush, and Super gets the third on the board for MKOI. Dyer. Histo is on his way across as well. Taki looking for the engage here as the Arc of Judgment comes out from Eddie for a little bit of a slurkle. Hero's entrance onto the back line. Elioya doesn't have flash and he's alone in the back of the pit. The exhaust on Dyer is enough though. Shockwave coming out is going to catch up to Taki. Elioya already down as they look for a bit more of a trade, but Alvaro is now stuck by himself in the pit. Another slurkle, a flash from Eddie. It's going to be 2 for the Whales.
The best part about Team Secret Whales, they do not sit on losses. They will fight their way out, and they're still fighting.
Super in the shop instead of watching his screen as Histo collapses on him, stops his reset, but Super underneath the tower here should be able to go away. Histo looking for the flag and drag. He gets him, he gets the shield, and he gets out!
Formation of the vision, EQs in, nobody punishes, and looks like he gets out of grubs as well with 2 of them in tow, so they get the objective credit. In addition, they were the first ones to the, MKOI was actually the first ones to the first 3 kills, so they have that feats credit.
That they do. We'll be fighting over the next couple of objectives for these teams, or the first tower for MKOI if they're able to secure that. I was saying, the saying in the Vietnamese community about Team Secret Whales is Alvaro looks for Taki here. As Taki flashes in immediately for the engage, Histo is coming around the corner looking for the follow-up. Super locked up, there's the Cataclysm. Lock him in the cage, it's 1, they're looking for 2. Alvaro has no escape, and Eddie is shredding MKOI.
Pressure on towards turret plates, and these observers feel like they're toying with us. I think Histo's here.
Histo going in with a flag and drag once again. Glacial Fisher out from Alvaro, stands beside his teammate while the public execution goes down to the top side. Alvaro's going to fall. Mirwin looking for the damage onto Pun because Elioya's in the area. Does have that subjugate.
On the other side, because MKOI want to dive.
Yeah, they're going to go underneath the tower here.
Tower Dragon exchanged for it for Team Secret Whales. Pun flashing away there.
Up the top. This is where this game, sure, you've got great scaling.
Eddie's just going in, pops the ultimate, and Super's just dead! Eddie on a killing spree. Walks across from the side, Hero down to about 5,000. Taki gets a knock-up on both. Alvaro jumped on Super trying to get away, but he's dead where he stands. Alvaro in that redemption. Herald still the target. Elioya will smite it and secure it. Now needs to get out of the back of the pit. Does have the flash, but he's knocked up. Will flash into the tri-bush. Histo still on the chase with Eddie diving in. It's another, but Eddie as MKOI are rattled.
Histo and Eddie are just the Bash brothers in this game, destroying MKOI. I mean, yeah, they lost the Rift Herald, but they're going to chase down even more kills.
Dive in, Histo with the flag and drag. Alvaro able to stand beside his teammate. Taki goes in with the knock-up, Unbreakable down as well. They still have the shockwave, but Eddie finds another. Jojo dies where he stands, gets 1 in response, but Team Secret Whales are ruling the Rift.
Taki with the honorable death there sets up Team Secret Whales for more kills for the tower and start this game.
Continue to push for these extra kills and snowball the lead. They're even going to get some outer towers in trade. Dragon as well keep the tower alive for now.
Going back in here with the taunt. The chase continues for Alvaro and Jojo.
Allow MKOI to shift just as quickly back and forth.
Taki caught out as the rest of his team backs. He's going to pop that Unbreakable wing, goes in with a headbutt pulverize. Eddie trying to come in from the side as well. Super needs that redemption. Cataclysm flashed away from as the hero's entrance comes down. Mirwin flashing away from his own TP. Pun now on the front line. Jumps straight into Alvaro, who's trying to protect his Ambessa. The concussive blows. The shockwave finds 3. Jojo trying to turn Team Secret Whales into poutine, but he can't quite do it. Pun falls. 2 for Jojo now as Super walks underneath his tower and does manage to get away. Meanwhile, on the top side, Arakan, MKOI's next prize.
MKOI finally found the fight that they needed. The fact
really
that
making that big threat.
Especially if you can lane into Pun on this Scion. He's got basically no magic. It's just the Aegis sitting there, no Merc Treads as Mirwin's engaged on. Redemption coming out. Mirwin looking for the fight here onto his toe. Taki going in with the headbutt pulverize, and there's the TP follow-up. Mirwin was isolated from the rest of his team. Team Secret Wales turn their attentions towards the top side. Exhaust down onto Dire, ball put in the middle of them, but no shockwave. Another Winter's Bite coming out from Alvaro just for the slow. MKOI want to fight this, but Taki's in prime position for this flank. Jojo will be able to spot him out with Elioya. Taki goes in, but the rest of his team not on the same page. And Alistair ticking down the missile just short of catching his backside. Pun now the target, stunned up with those concussive blows. Shockwave finds Eddie. Hero's entrance coming down for the magic damage shield as the chase continues. Jojo's going to kill off Pun, but he's going to use the zombie form to keep everyone else away from Elioya. Elioya falls. It's a great fight for Team Secret Wales.
Team Secret Wales are using the terrain. Part of these engagements, how dangerous that Team Secret Wales bounce house is. As soon as you get caught by one, it's knock up after knock up after knock up. So you have to be so careful on MKOI's side as to who is actually going to face check a lot of these brushes, because you don't actually have someone that's particularly tanky. Like your Braum has a redemption. Sure, he can throw up the shield, but he will get taken down. I think that's what
Team Secret Wales, as you say, going down quite quickly, but Histo is here. Alro gets the Winter's Bite. 5,000 now on the Artican. Pun with the Decimating Smash just to force MKOI up towards this top side. Redemption coming out. Mirwin looking for a flank of his own. Eddie has his flash though, so it's going to be very difficult to get onto him. Unstoppable Onslaught used. Alro with the Glacial Fissure. There's the Artican secured by Histo. Pun still on that front line, and MKOI all grouped up for the Cataclysm. And here comes your hero! Dire dives in, lands the taunt, and MKOI are shredded. Mirwin on the back line, but Team Secret Wales wrap around him like piranhas to get a couple more as the fight continues. And they should be able to get it with super low. TSW push in and will crack through that mid-tier 1. See MKOI taking their time to try and deny as much vision here as possible. Histo steps in, goes in with the Cataclysm. Unstoppable Onslaught blocked by the walls. Jojo, though, caught out as Alvaro tries to protect his mid laner. Hero's entrance in by Dire, who TP behind them. The Shockwave not connecting as Team Secret Wales already found one in the fight. Histo looking for a little bit more. There's the second. Eddie's going to get a double. There's Soul for them, and probably Baron alongside it.
They win the critical fight here. TSW, they walk in, and they take everything from MKOI.
Elioya chased out. They want to take him out just so that he can't contest this Baron. The Soul will be Team Secret Wales. 30 minutes in, 4.5K ahead. A Cloud Soul
does not work.
Histo flashing the white flag here as they're going to claim the Baron. We said these were the moments they're going to have to nail, and they nailed it. Histo himself, he targeted Supa and pushed Supa kind of up.
You wanted to face off against CFO, but they can't even get through the first part of LCP to get to the raid boss on the other side as Team Secret Wales stepping forward now. They want to go for this bot lane turret and then deny access from MKOI to that structure.
They'll be able to do it. Team Secret Wales tossing the eyes, crossing the T's. Histo dives in a little deep.
For MKOI to find that fight.
Yeah, that's why it's so critical for TSW to get the Baron buff. This allows them to just destroy these towers without a lot of effort.
Pillar goes down on Sucky, he's down to half HP. Histo going in as well. The tower is going to fall. Unstoppable Onslaught will find the knockup onto Elioya. Chase comes in with the hero's entrance. Jojo pinned the target. He manages to flash out. Taki going back in for the re-engage. Eddie goes legendary as Team Secret Wales just slowly roll their way through the MKOI base.
There's just nothing MKOI can do. Team Secret Wales, the beefcakes are out in full force, and it's Supa who's already at half HP.
Yeah, Eddie is just untouched on this backline. Histo still has the Guardian Angel. He's going to dive forward once again. Pun goes down underneath the towers, but he's actually still alive somehow as Dire dives back in with the Justice Punch. Supa forced away towards the top side. Eddie still standing. Elioya and Supa trying to defend against the Team Secret Wales here. And they might be able to do it with the Baron falling off. Reset's going to come out from Dire. He does have his teleport. Eddie's flash about to come off. Cooldown has the barrier as well. Supa pots a barrier of his own. The pillar goes down. Eddie out of tower range just in time as Dire now TP's back in. Alvaro's going to come back from the fountain. Supa trying to heal up before his Nexus towers go down. The Unbreakable used to block the shots. Justice Punch in with the taunt. Supa coming in with the Gatling gun, but he can't get onto that backline. Eddie is low. MKOI know it. They have to kill this AD carry, but they just can't get through.
Team Secret Wales don't die!
Team Secret Wales. It's beautiful from TSW. Elioya, the last man standing, but Eddie kites him like an absolute madman. TSW 1-0 up.
What a game here from TSW. We thought it would
be bursted down by Team Secret Wales. See, and there's the tank, there's the Ornn, gives you a bit of long-range engage as well. Follow-up for the Rakan if he goes in, or even initiation with that call of the Forge God. And gives you okay scaling. Mirwin beginning to back off, has popped a potion. As that Doran shield as well, while in the mid lane, the catch! It's Kiana with Burst Blood, Elioya will get it, the dive on the bot side, it's enough! Great tanking from Taki with the cannon, good go for the Razor. Instead going towards that mid lane, Jojo doesn't have the flash, Dire doesn't have one either, he's still looking for the Q3 knock-up here, we'll be able to get the chase continues with that Rune Prison, an overload, an auto needed, Histo takes it, red buff, the buff that secures it there for Team Secret
fights, and that's realistically what you're trying to wait on for this jungler, so then you can actually be a focus in these fights. Jojo still trying to get trade against Dire, but Team Secret Wales push on top, happily taking these void grubs with a little contest coming through here.
This is so big for TSW. If you get all three, I mean, the split push with the Rise later on is going to be
in that later portion of the game as well, but still they're getting so much gold.
Call of the Forge got used by Mirwin just to clear out the wave here. Doesn't kill off all the minions though, there's a couple of casters still there. Histo diving in onto Mirwin, who does have the flash. Ace in the hole is going to connect onto him, and Histo looks for the chase. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Pun surviving. There's no dive materializes for MKOI. A kill, and what will be a tower for Team Secret Wales on the top side.
Patience from Histo on the knock-up was crucial there. Waited for the Bellows Breath to come in when Mirwin trying to time it, and ends up catching him the second that Flame Breath is gone. And now Eddie, we talked about it, this pushing Caitlyn with those 3 void grubs getting work done in the side lanes.
Meanwhile, Pun on the bottom side, nice job from him. He's got his Black Cleaver done, so Renekton can continue to get the early push.
Pun with a 2-level lead over Mirwin, pops the Dominus and looks for the chase. Slice and dice forward, Mirwin having to use the flash to get away. Do it, Pun! Carl the weak! Pun finds it, now he's going to get collapsed on by the rest of MKOI with a TP coming in, but they have to invest so much to kill off this Croc.
It's about sending that message. Try and trap you after you go for your kill. There will be further payment across the map, and this is solo tower gold to a Rise.
Take a minute away. Let's see if Team Secret Wales want to go for that. I expect this herald to be used around the mid-tier 1 just to crack open
this game. They want to play side lanes here and then index heavily into gold. MKOI, as you say, are going to be able to pick up number 2.
Wales over the last couple of days. Their willingness to step back on a side lane. Dire now beginning to step back up as he tries to clear out the wave. Elioya waited. Miasma down. Petrifying Gaze coming out as well. This is Supreme His talent, and that's a caster curse if I've ever heard one. TP comes out from Pun, but his mid lane is already dead. Alvaro trying to get away. Cleanses
on the opposite side of the map from the Otacon. So keep the split push up. He's got his teleport. They can threaten trap plays.
So jumps onto Alvaro. Elioya on that front line. TP coming behind from the Rise here. Crescent Guard, super display of talent coming out as well as Histo dives onto Alvaro. Pop Blossom not finding anyone. A 3-man Petrifying Gaze as Jojo begins to turn on the Twin Fangs. Dire on the flank. MKOI 5v4 in their favor as Dire begins to walk away with that phase rush. Super having to flash out. Call of the Forge Rod coming out as well. Ace in the hole. Not blocked. Super down. The sniper finds his man as Eddie gets 1. But Team Secret Wales have lost 2 in the fight. 3 so far, in fact, as we see Pun falling. Elioya, Alvaro, and Jojo on the chase. Dire all on his lonesome, caught out by MKOI. They'll find a 4-for-1 somehow.
And now they will get the Otacon. MKOI fight their way out of it. TSW, they called their play. They teleport the Rise in, but MKOI fight it out through the river, and they're going to get the rewards.
And this is where it's now terrifying, because MKOI are winning fights, and they've got the dragons, but it's this play as Taki tries to go for the setup here, but Elioya ends up getting the play. Now watch Jojo, as Team Secret Wales goes for the turn, gets this huge flash, Petrifying Gaze, which prevents Team Secret Wales from doing anything. Eddie's now too low to really follow up, and even though it's Dire and Pun on the flanks, sure, they end up picking off Supa thanks to long-range Caitlyn ultimate, but Jojo is running amok.
Those are empowered pedals.
The one thing, though, is that at least Team Secret Wales, as we were watching the replay, did get the dragons. So
5 minutes, their team fight is insane. Their ability to pick you off.
Elioya jumping in with the audacity. Dire's going to try and get out with the Realm Whip here, but the quickness and the miasma for the grounded effect. MKOI find their man in the side lane with the TP coming in the way.
But MKOI end up getting the kill and a summoner spell from Pun as well. That is perfect now. Taki and Eddie.
Force Guard onto Eddie. Super, look at the Essence block. The knock-up coming in as well as Super and Mirwin team up to take down the cake. A step forward here. Mirwin waiting for him. Gets the knock-up. Miasma down as well. No slice, no dice. Ooh. And there's the Petrifying Gaze. Pun stares into the eyes of Jojo. Wales have given up the Ghost on the Baron. Instead, they'll try and take a tier 2 on the bot side, and they should be able to secure it with Eddie coming across to help out Dire.
I like this response from Supa. It doesn't actually go towards the Baron. Instead, he goes towards the top turret, answering tit for tat plus the Baron now in favor of MKOI. And this is exactly what they need to just keep this ball rolling 50 seconds until that potential third dragon for MKOI.
Redemption used by Alvaro as well to try and keep people around. You can see MKOI are just looking for the knockups. Oh, Realm Warp avoids the call of the Forge Corp, but MKOI still have 3 players in that mid lane. We'll take another tier 2 off this push.
And what far do they want to chase, though? You can see Alvaro is still looking to interrupt these resets, and Jojo and Elyoya could also try and collapse onto the bottom side.
Eddie's still here. He's still trying to get onto Super. Doesn't really have the defenses. Jojo stepping forward with that miasma once again. The Crescent Guard down TP coming out as Mirwin looks to help out his team. Supreme Decided Talent not going to get any stuns. Team Secret Wales on the back foot. The Mystic Shot's not enough to take down Pun, but now with the tower pushing in, with the minions pushing into the tower, in fact, that will be an inhibitor tower in the mid lane. Eddie trying to flank, not something you often see a Caitlyn do. Looking for the hunt, Elyoya chases in and Eddie gets him! The shutdown, Elyoya tried to make a fancy play with his flash. Now a TP behind by Team Secret Wales.
It's going absolutely disastrously for MKOI. Team Secret Wales, they're turning into sharks as they're seeking and hunting for MKOI. But the mistakes were there, and now Super
washes in the Mystic Shot wide as Ezzy dances away from it. In the end, Team Secret Wales will just settle for the Drake.
Oh man, Eddie is the TSW hope. This guy is sitting MKOI down and keeping TSW in the game. That as well. Now, we're seeing them push top again. We've got Renekton with teleport ready, and Pun is trying to split push.
Quickness, supreme display of talent, and the true shot barrage is a 2-shot barrage. As MKOI find a couple of kills, they're going to chase onto Eddie as well, who's able to avoid the edge of the knock-up there from MKOI. Realm Warp out by Dire. Looking to try and get someone to that backline. Pun needs to get back quickly because MKOI are knocking on the Nexus to even out this series.
Yeah, is that going to be it? With the Baron buff, MKOI can push in.
There's so little left here for Team Secret Wales. MKOI see their moment to push us to game number 3.
Pun, Dire, and Eddie. Dire straights for them in this game. Can they defend? Pun goes in, dodges away with the slice and the dice. Pun chipped away at an MKOI. Are going to back away. 12 seconds on Histo. Taki back up. Makes it a 4v5 in MKOI's favor, but it will just turn their attentions back towards... You can see MKOI actually delaying this. Mirwin waiting to get those last hits on the opposing minions, so the bot wave and the mid waves line up with it properly. Pun trying to defend, but he backs away. The inhibitor tower will go down. MKOI doing this by the numbers. 3 inhibitor towers, 3 inhibitors, and now a last chance defense for Team Secret Wales.
They're trying desperately here.
Begun by MKOI, and as soon as you see Dire stopping his recall on the bot side, you know Team Secret Wales are not going to challenge for this. MKOI get the Baron
for MKOI.
Oh, I'm surprised you put the 4 MKOI in there.
Yeah, I was like,
it could do. You never know as MKOI push in with these super minions. Team Secret Wales trying to defend. Flash, Petrifying Gaze into the Quickness Crescent Guard with a good knockback out. The Pop Blossom coming out as well, but Histo's already down. And MKOI all still incredibly healthy. Elyoya diving in for a triple to his name. Pun on the fountain will find one. A quadra. In fact, Super gets the last. But MKOI will even out the series 1-1.
MKOI found the fights that they need.
The pack just to eviscerate away at a hover of the LeBlanc, but it's going to be RE for Jojo Pun, something he's so experienced on.
Yeah, that's what we were mentioning, because the ult buff on the patch as well. We're maybe seeing, thinking of seeing a little bit more of it.
On opposite sides of the map should both just take their own scuttlecraft.
Mirwin does have to be careful about how aggressive he trades here, because there is a jungler on this top side of the map, and that wave will crash. And I think this is the signal for Histo to go. But
Mirwin going in, look for the 1v1, and Topos goes in with the Pathmaker and just claps him! Smacks him between his and Topos. Histo will get one in response. In the end, Team Secret Wales will be happy with the extra assist goal.
The biggest issue here, and we're still going to get the return.
Mirwin is level 6, has his flash, as does Hero, both of them holding on to it from that first fight. Histo looking for the flank position. Shock Blast going to hit onto this Cassante. Histo going in. Mirwin forces him away. Vault Breaker out with the plate over to Hero as MKOI secure the Drake.
In its entirety, even getting this Scuttlecraft on that top side, but bot lane.
The dive in with the Zenith Blade. Blade Caller coming out from Super to get the root onto Eddie. Heal was used by Taki in exchange for the cleanse from Super. Taki still looking for a little bit more here as he goes forward with the Oracles, just forcing Super and Alvaro away. Meanwhile, on the top side, Dire looking for the dive. Another Zenith Blade onto Alvaro, but Elyoya's on his way. Doesn't have the 6 yet. Alvaro flashing away. Cleanse flash out by Taki with the dive in with the Eviscerate. Meanwhile, on the top side, Histo and Dire look for more. Taki low, gets away. No! Elyoya gets him in the end. Super just surviving. Mirwin down to 300 HP as the dive materializes for Team Secret Wales. Mirwin looking for that all out. Pops the Pathmaker into the Vault Breaker. Hero flashes in, will tank 2 tower shots though, and he's slain by the tower. Mirwin
They end
unable.
up giving that kill across, so it could have been a bigger win for Team Secret Wales if the bot lane had just kind of played it passively.
Yeah, Supa barely living too there on the edge.
Mirwin going all out. Hero doesn't have flash, and Mirwin's just going to chase him down with the Intopos. Gets it after the Q3. Zenith play from Tucky missing.
Consistently seems to be able to find these moments where he can find the solo kill, get massive tempo leads for himself, and open up windows crucially for MKOI to find success in side lanes, even after he's just gone down. And now Histo, happy that he's able to pick up at least 2 of those point runs.
Takes 2 of the grubs, could have taken 3, but decides to leave the 3rd one as Elioya.
As Histo will now return to finish the work that he started earlier.
Nice interrupt there from Alvaro, but Mirwin backing right the way off, making sure he's not going to be under any threat on that top side. And it will be MKOI able to pick up the objective with no real answer from Team Secret Wales.
Okay.
Histo jumping across the wall here. Alvaro could look for an engage into Shadowing Strike, and he'll use it. Flash Shadowing Strike into the Charm. Cease and desist used perfectly to buffer out of that Charm. Bolt Breaker out as well. Perfectly played by Histo, but there still might be too many MKOI members surrounding him and getting the kill. TP in by Taki, no mana at the moment on Jojo. Accelerated shot blast coming out from Hero as they go in with a Hound's Pursuit. And now this Jace is in the middle of MKOI. Alvaro using that Magnustorm into a great crash down, but Dire's here to bolster the defenses. Super coming across from the side. Alvaro falling low, will be taken out by a Weirding. Hero able to escape. Taki going back in with the Zenith Blade. Super flashing forward with the Blade Caller, but now the rest of his team are nowhere to be found. Team Secret Wales find 2.
Eddie arrives.
Tante is still in base, so more members of Team Secret Wales can jump in the mid lane.
Jojo caught out, doesn't have the flash, no Spirit Rush for him either, and Eddie gets his 2nd. Alvaro. So, MKOI much more likely to play down towards this bottom side, give up the top side pressure, and you can see Elioya coming across. There's the TP in, Redemption already onto Hero, Hound's Pursuit coming down as well as Mirwin looks for the Q3, but Hero's topped up by that Redemption, still taken out by Jojo, who came in with that teleport. Dire hit.
Plays for themselves. You see in the aftermath as well, important to lay behind the super deep warding. Right now, Alvaro is lighting up this red
Hold in
quadrant.
their favor and see if they can find picks rather than going toe-to-toe in the team fights.
Smart play from Hero just to back away from that tower. Knew that Alvaro was in the area, could kind of expect that Elioya was in the area. Team Secret Wales should be able to take the first tower. No wave here for MKOI. Means that TSW will get that first turret on the board.
Okay, it's gonna come down to the last objective then.
Yep. Next Drake, 20 seconds away. And at the moment, MKOI not in the position to really fight around it. You can see MKOI trying to deny as many of these minions as possible. They're letting the towers hit them before they are felled by Jojo in the end. Now Jojo...
Yeah, and they're kind of fishing around the jungle as well. Taki here, pretty tanky on Leona, trying to deny like big cross-map play. MKOI in the end get a couple of jungle camps, and
Shadowing Strike, immediately they dive onto Taki, and the Eclipse is not enough to save him! The Redemption not down in time, he does land the Solar Flare, Spirit Rush, dive in with the killing streak from Eddie as well, but Elioya's on the chase, trying to take down that Kaza, and the Darking Daggers will be enough! The Hounds of Hell from Elioya for the double! MKOI collapse!
Alvaro consistently interrupted the follow-up from Team Secret Wales as the pick on Taki that might have just blown this game open in favor of MKOI.
huge error from TSW. Why did they dive in on that after Taki got caught by ultimate and Kaza ultimate? You saw on Jojo's Ahri and really put the threat of further picks onto TSW, get right back on track for that dragon stacking, only 2.5 minutes away from the arrival.
Escape tool as well. Riftel will be able to get that charge in. Mirwin here to defend, but he can't do anything about Riftheld actually managing to...
And also,
Oh, you're saying Kasante.
yeah! This, like, what target do you dive?
That's what they're going to go for, and MKOI actually pushing Dire out of his blue side jungle. The Archon already down to 8,000 HP as MKOI look to see if the fight is viable. Mirwin on the flank, Redemption coming down. Alvaro with a 3-man Magnustorm, and it's Super that takes the Archon. Pop goes the Vi, and the rest of his team follows suit. MKOI looking for vengeance against the LCP as they take down 4. Dire unallowed to escape. It's an ace for MKOI.
Movistar Core.
The aggro Redemption. Jojo with the charm onto Dire. Should be able to jump out of this. Will go across the veil, try to get back towards his tower, but the tower isn't even safe as Jojo just
go out fighting.
And it's 2.5 minutes until that's all they need is.
Flash forward into the cease and desist, and they find Super! A perfect play by Team Secret Wales. Dyer still in base, doesn't have TP. He's running as fast as his legs can carry him to join his team. Currently a 4v4 as Alvaro looks for the flank position. Elioya going in with the Darking Daggers. Dyer trying to flank from the bottom side of the fight. Alvaro's here though. Crash down, Magnusol finds two, hand pursuit in. Elioya's already killed off the enemy jungler, and Eddie is next on the menu. These hounds are hungry, and the pursuit goes on to Taki. A triple for Elioya.
The captain
of 8,000 gold ahead. They will secure the Baron. They have two waves pushing in. For Team Secret Wales, the shot is another catch.
And of course, you're still in a tough situation.
As Jojo maybe called out a little bit. TP is coming in from Team Secret Wales. Histo still looking for that cease and desist. Volt breaker forward. The charm will stop in. TP behind as well by Mirwin. Jojo Pion's going to be the first target. Solar Player's going to follow up. Mirwin looking for that flank TP. Jojo will fall first. The shutdown goes over to Taki, but Elioya's on that backline once again. It's Histo and Taki trying to survive through Elioya. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Dyer just gets assassinated by Super and Mirwin. Taki trying to get away from Elioya, but he continues to chase forward with that call of the pack, and Taki's done for. Hero, full HP, wasn't really in this battle at all. MKOI will take 3, only losing their mid laner.
Team Secret Wales will find the Ari, but Jose Pion has already done his job for MKOI. He has been fantastic all series long, and he bought enough time for MKOI to jump down to that bottom side, get the kills, and now it's Mountain Soul for an already beefy MKOI.
Another fight, another bunch of gold for MKOI, and they're going to lay destruction to the towers afterwards.
Here we're diving in with the all-out onto Hero, who's just deleted by the Feathers. Super at that 3-item point on this Xayah. Histo trying to steal away everything he can, trying to get any gold in his back pockets, but currently 12,000 gold advantage for MKOI as they push through the bot side.
They're going to continue to keep up this pressure. The split push is incredibly strong right now with this Baron buff, and Team Secret Wales are spread thin. I honestly don't know how they get through Mirwin at this stage.
They're still going to jump onto Elioya, who does tank a couple of tower shots. He dives back in with that Eviscerate, but with the minions pushing in, Mirwin pushing through the bot side, Jojo about to join the rest of his team, and with Baron buff remaining for the next 50 seconds, this Red Bull Baron power play may include a 50 gold Nexus.
MKOI about to lay final siege to the Nexus turrets, and here comes the team.
Histo looking for that engage, the Magnus Storm from Alvaro diving in, Spirit Rush from Jojo just to escape. Histo down first. Taki the next target for MKOI. Super trading with Dyer, who just gets back to the fountain in time. Meanwhile, Eddie doing everything he can, but he just can't survive through the wallet dip. It's vengeance for MKOI. They take down the LCP, and they go to 2-2.
MKOI find now it looks like Hung going to end up opting in towards the Nico, looking to put a little bit of pushback against this Lucian Braum early power and set up nicely for that engage tool that we were looking for Top Esports.
Yeah, Top Esports last time around, and you kind of talk about him being sick a little, but he did not have to.
You realize Kanavi comes across, Ruler forced away, can just be to deny some of these minions as well. Winter's Bite onto Jacula. Duro the target, Kanavi going to be looking to try and get the damage down onto Duro. Hung with a great tower aggro juggle on the cannon.
You literally count as what you're turning into, and so it even works for like runes that only activate on champions and
Spells
stuff
as well.
Hung going in here, looking for Ruler, who dashes away with the relentless pursuit. Hung flashing forward, though. The barrier coming out. Valkyrie forward from Jackie Love. Kaza blows down onto him. And Jackie Love flashes just in time to survive. The Gatling gun coming out. Hung, a couple more auto attacks on him. And Light Slinger out on and Blaze. GenG turn it on his head on the bot side. Canyon now looking for the dive up towards top side. Can be a little bit risky. Flash in from Keen, bolt breaker from Canyon. Not risky at all, it seems. Perfectly juggled by GenG.
Yes, there, of course. Jackie didn't die, and they already had the minion advantage from...
Come by Top Esports. TP coming in from Duro as well, as he looks to help out his teammates. Canyon and Keen going to walk across here first. Will be a 3v3 as Keen comes across. Kanavi able to pick up the first of the grubs. Cannon diving in, the cease and desist, but a great between worlds from Cream will get him out. Hung coming in with the Strangled Thorns as well. The dive ball to the Void Rush, Crescent Guard out. Keen survives through the tunnel. A great seismic shot finds 2. And just as you think you got him, GenG get you right back 2-0. And all of it on that seismic shot from Chovy. Duro flashes. GenG somehow all come out alive.
Oh, the skirmish from GenG! What? They get out alive! Keen survives! survives. And in the end, they will get both of these grubs. They will get the credit towards the feats.
I cannot believe GenG got away with that
on
one.
Hong if they want to try and defend underneath the tower. Canyon looking for that cease and desist. Hong, looming burst, gets a bit of damage. Pop Blossom. Canyon tries to escape, but he's locked up with the Tangle Bombs. Unbreakable from Duro, keeping his jungler alive, but Jackie Love will take down one cease and desist back in as Jackie falls for it. Canyon goes down in the dive. It's a 2-1.
3v1 in favor of GenG, and them being the ones to try and force it. Big threat as far as feats. I mean, Canyon might even just beat him to it if they just get Rift Rail, then they're just going to get it through objectives.
Dive in by Ruler, immediately gets the culling down, but not the concussive blows. Pop Blossom out of Hong, only finds it onto Ruler, and with Redemption coming down, Ruler will be topped up in time. The Rift Herald started by GenG while all of this was happening. Ruler merely a distraction in the mid lane as GenG wanted that Herald.
And this is exactly how you want to try and use this Lucian, especially alongside the Braum, making sure you can get the concussive blow stacks, get the slow, and then open up with that culling. And now Rift Herald immediately in towards the mid lane. GenG are taking no prisoners.
Yeah, honestly, this is a masterclass from GenG. Ruler and Duro, they push Jackie out so hard. Wait a second.
Flank. Jumps onto Duro, weirding back with a seismic shove. Between worlds goes Cream and dives onto Duro and flashes, and immediately he's locked up with the concussive blows that re-engage from GenG. Perfect as they dive in with the cease and desist. Jackie Love can't survive. The onslaught of Keen and Canyon. A seismic shove. Buries
Duro, they pushed out Jackie in the mid lane, and so then Hung using the flash to go for that play onto Ruler afterwards. There was no damage, no follow-up.
Ruler's just there to immediately get the follow-up, and all it does is bait in members like Kanavi, who end up falling down.
Left reeling, left trying to find a way back into this game, but the windows are rapidly closing on them as Hong goes forward. Pop Blossom onto 3, and perhaps that's it. Hong with a beautiful Pop Blossom. Ruler trying to get away as Hong chases him down, but Ruler escapes with the culling. Cream forced down towards the bottom side of the fight. Kanavi diving in. Wind becomes lightning, but Ruler dodges to the side of it. The redemption not enough. In the end, Kanavi will find his man. But off an incredible Pop Blossom, it's still a 2 for 2.
And the Dragon is still going to GenG. They chase down Cream on the back of the fight. And while everyone on top Esports is looking mid lane, it's GenG with their eyes on the prize.
Yeah, we're only 17 minutes into the game, and the objective bounty shutdowns are on the map.
Press tab and you're crying. Like Spear, you got the Sundered Sky, the Rylai's, the Seraphs, and the Vori Flicker Blade.
Again, just continue to add to this lead.
Look at Duro. He just stands, he's like, hey, you want to get anywhere near? You have to walk through me, and through me is also through a seismic shove as GenG look for the engage. Keen with a perfect bang. The Pop Blossom's only going to find the jungler. It's not enough. Crescent Guard from Kanavi won't keep him alive through the damage that is Ruler. The dash back from Cream. Oh, it's a shellacking. It's a demolition. I'm not even sure we're allowed to show this on your screens. GenG with a 5-0 ace at 22 minutes.
Yeah, I think we just witnessed the murder. That is GenG absolutely crushing top esports with a clean ace, losing no one, face tanking towers in the aftermath.
The fact that they're still able to tank towers just says how poorly that one has gone. GenG, like, they split up these fights so...
Weakest link of GenG, who was having a struggle of a time during the summer split. This game, and it is only one game, is really showing just how impactful he can be and how well GenG can play when he gets his lanes ahead, because that's exactly what he's done here. He'll secure the third Drake for them, as well as 369 tries to defend
this tournament. An absolutely star-studded lineup here, and we're even going to see them continue.
Pop Blossom only going to hit onto Duro. Not able to chase any further as Canyon jumps across the wall with a Bolt Breaker. Duro, Redemption coming down on Unstoppable Onslaught, won't be enough damage. Duro survives! Duro survives again, you just can't kill him. As Kanavi's caught out by Keen, he's going to pop the Crescent Guard to try and survive, but is guarding nada. Jackie Love and Cream feel the full power of the culling. Chovy's flashing the damn wall, for goodness sake, as GenG once again ace top esports and will push down mid.
They're going to potentially end the game, and Baron hasn't even spawned yet. It's 30 seconds, and GenG, they're just eyeing up the Nexus.
Rated R for mature, this game was anything but kind from GenG. 21 kills to 5. Duro, he dies to a tower as Hung tries to do something to defend, but GenG Sub 25 minutes.
It's very, very spicy, so I don't think we're going to get it. And you get the common answer into the Rumble, the Ornn.
You were so hopeful there for a second, but the reality was never going to be locked in. Ornn gives you that long-range engage that you need, also gives you a tank for later on. Let's see if GenG are able to close the game out.
Skirmishes we're seeing, making Chovy miss a lot of these cues. Cream, confident positioning and movement from him.
Kanavi looking for the steal. Canyon does get it with the smite's going to be forced away here. Chovy low. Navi, spear shots. Won't get it as the Soul Unbound pops Chovy underneath the tower and away, but he's losing minions to this turret and plates with Hung coming in to assist. Top Esports should be able to deny quite a lot of CS away from Chovy.
Yeah, double pots popped on the refillable to make sure that Chovy can survive this alongside the help from the Doran shield, but Kanavi, he wants one more. Flash over the wall is available.
And he's going the other way. Comet Spear. Ooh, just short of Kanavi, tickles his toes as Chovy jumping in there onto Cream. Canyon looking for it as well, and they get first blood! What was that, Chovy? Go would have just gone into a side lane and farmed up for the rest of the game and then slowly tried to get himself back into the game.
But it's what Anyone's Legend did against GenG that got through the win, was focus on Chovy, put him behind, then use that to start looking for invades and be able to take over the game with the Kiana. But instead, in this game, that focus on mid ends up backfiring, and now it's Top Esports that are struggling to make things happen.
Keen has the call of the Forge God down the flash. He's going to call in the train to try and clear out the wave. Puts it down the Fissure as well as Hung flashes forward. Good Bellows breath, but the Solar Flare there for the follow-up. And there's the kill for Top Esports. Decide not to try and take this Barney, not to try and take this Frey. Trying to control that mid lane at the moment. 369 now teleporting towards the river. The Drake down to 3,000 HP. Kanavi jumping forward onto Keen. The Drake's still the target for Canyon and Chovy. Call to the Forge God as they dive back in. The double knockup. Canyon's already killed off Hung as Kanavi falls down to half HP. Duro with a good quickness. They dive back onto Kanavi. Fate sealed. Kanavi clapped by Chovy. Meanwhile, the dive into the backline from Ruler, a killer instinct, and an instinct to kill here for GenG. Cream trying to escape, puts the soldier down to try and take out Ruler, but he just doesn't have the range. GenG once again find a mid-game.
This is where it gets incredible from GenG. Canyon gives his life, but it opens the gap for Ruler to go forward and flashes on GenG to support the Rady carry, to make sure he can escape with a sliver of hate.
GenG have just completely taken control.
And I love the way Ruler played that fight in particular. Like, so often get on towards Jackie Love and enable the fight onto Cream, and now 369's in trouble.
369 has no flash here. Call to the Forge God, not going to come back, but the Fate Seal goes on to 369. Flame Spitter, not enough to kill off Keen. Kanavi coming in. Duro there for a little bit of shielding. Solar Flare, Chovy, Mikhail's immediately. Duro with a double charm. Keen trying to escape with the spear. Will pierce his heart as he goes down, and now Chovy being collapsed on. Chovy doesn't have the flash. No Fate Sealed for him either. Will be very difficult to buffer out of Cream if he goes in for that Emperor's Divide. The wave on its way, 369 trying to shepherd it in. Chovy, the target, exhaust down, Soul Unbound comes out, but Chovy under the tower survives for as long as he can, but Top Esports put him 6 feet under. Meanwhile, GenG pushed through the mid-wave to get a tier 1, to look for a tier 2. Riftel charging towards this top side will be an exchange of tier 2 towers.
Good punish from TES there. You know, Keen not able to make it happen at the beginning. TES immediately closed the trap here. That's what you have to be ready to do. If any sort of mortal.
369 looking for the flank here onto Chovy. Cream going in first. 369 with the Flame Spitter. Fate Seal comes out. Chovy able to dodge away with the Q3. Quickness coming out. The Zenith blade eaten by Duro. Chovy with another shield able to survive, and now the Mikhail's going to heal him up, and he's taken out by Kanavi. Meanwhile, Hung and 369 are now in the middle of GenG. Chovy survived for so long that GenG collapsed, and Top Esports collapsed around them.
Jackie's over and dodges so much. He stays alive for a long time. Ruler, Duro again trying to keep him up, and by that time, Ruler
GenG gold leads for GenG. It feels inevitable this series for GenG.
Duro is just still waiting, just out of range of the Zenith blade, dashes back as Chovy snaps back to the river. There's Soul Point. 5 minutes away as Kanavi dives in. The Solar Flare hits Ruler, but immediately he cleanses it away, and Kanavi doesn't really have the backup. Cannon down towards the bottom side. Kanavi going back in, but Keen will put him 6 feet under. Good damage from Jackie Love, though. Gets one in response. Keen still looking for damage onto Cream. Keen jumps in with that knockup. Chovy, the fate sealed, and Emperor divides him. Ruler gets another duo with a knockup. Ruler trying to escape 369, but he's put on a spit, and he's well done. 369 and Top Esports fighting back.
They get some extra gold and they open up the map as well. There are objective bounties still up too if they can stick around.
Duro and Chovy, look for the quickness combo here. They turn onto 369 who's overheated. Duro almost escapes, but Cream puts the soldiers down.
We'll get to see it in this engagement as they set up for it after the Dragon.
Okay, so we've got two sides here. Kanavi goes in on Duro at
Just managing to escape with that little bit more. The last couple of fights, they're going in their favor. Only 2k gold the lead now for GenG. You have no vision right now. Duro there to act as a bodyguard, and GenG back away from it. Farsight alteration was used in the pit. The vision once again denied by the control ward just sitting outside of it. Kanavi dashes in onto Keen, not really the target that you want. Meanwhile, the Solar Flare dives in onto Duro, who gets the quickness off, but it's only onto Leona. Hung already down, the corner of the Portugal coming out as well as GenG get one and immediately back away.
It's everything onto Duro, but Duro is so slippery, he backs away. And now GenG continue to play back towards this Baron, teasing Top Esports.
Fate seal from Chovy doesn't connect, but Canyon does! Jackie Love is sent packing the Cataclysm onto Cream. He dives in but dies for it. 369 trying to flash away. Cannon can still flag and jag and chase this one down. Once again, try as you might, you just can't beat them. GenG are the best.
Force Jackie into reach of Canyon and Ruler to follow up. There was no hesitation. There was no chance for Top Esports.
You do have two good DPSs. You've got an Azir, you've got a Yanaro, but that Azir sitting at 2 items right now as Kanavi jumps in. Once again, Duro the target, but he's durable and he'll just battle dance his way away. The Solar Flare doesn't find its mark. As now the Court of the Forge God comes out from Keen and he's praying to Chovy that Church may be in session. Chovy unable to find the engage off towards the side, but again, Someone has used the equalizer down, doesn't really connect onto anyone, does separate Keen from the rest of GenG. Redemption coming out, Keen should be able to get into it, not quite. Jackie Love has transcended himself as Chovy dashes back, 1 kill. Cream goes forward as they look for Ruler, but Ruler with a killer instinct dives behind Cream. Jackie Love diving in and Chovy going the other way once again. GenG clean up the fight and Top Esports are left rattled.
Ruler has been hit with better Azir ults than that one. But this time around, he will not be stopped as GenG march towards the base.
GenG are gonna make quick work of Top Esports.
The first game was sub 25 minutes, the second one likely to be sub 30. I think a lot of people will wonder, could this series have just been an email? GenG take their rightful spot in the final 8.